Good evening, one and all. Folks, here we go. A little bit of a late start, but it's my fault. Folks, you're watching Friday night. Yes. Share that you're watching. Roberta says yes. We are riding once again. Sergeant McHugh. It is Cranston PD Live. We are off on this Friday night.
Channel 3 out. It's going to be 21525, 21525.
All right, folks, Friday night. We are riding with Sergeant McHugh again. We were with him last week. Just do a quick pan to him. And then settle in. We have a full night in the city. Sir, can I ask, how's it been so far? Has it been busy so far? It seems to be picking up.
It's been a little busy today. We just made an arrest over at the 99 restaurant. And the calls for service have been pretty frequent throughout the afternoon, early evening.
Yep. Clear weather, Friday night, so certainly could have some people out.
Certainly.
Yep.
Certainly.
All right.
Not as hot as last week, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, it is. All right, folks, again, share that you're watching. And then remember, if you type in someone's name, that should notify them that we are live. We are in Cranston, Rhode Island. And then we'll update you things, folks, as we go along. But we are riding with Sergeant McHugh. Again, we're in Cranston. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Too many shout-outs. I want to thank Roberta Farrell. Folks, and we will see. We're going to ride with the sergeant, see where the calls take us. Again, I also want to thank all the people that have been so supportive. And you can certainly thank the people at the stadium pub last week, I think, standing outside and waving and getting a lot of that. So, folks, but we try to stay back a little bit. Let us do our thing. And then we'll see what happens on this Friday night. I do want to start off in just a couple of shout-outs. I really want to thank Connecticut State Police. Very, very complimentary last week. Thank you for watching that. A lot of our law enforcement in the region. I got the nicest message from the police officers in Newark, New Jersey that were watching. And then also some of the police, obviously in Massachusetts, and the New Hampshire State Police. I think it was Freddie and Jim, officers Freddie and Jim, that were watching and sent some very nice messages. Enjoy watching it. So, folks, we are just getting started underway. Again, and also, we didn't miss anything. We didn't start at 7, so a little bit of a later start. Programming note, we are going to start a little bit later into the night, especially as it is later now, the spring. And then we'll see where the night takes us on this Friday night. It's clear out. Vero Beach checking in. Okay, you could certainly always put where you're watching from. Folks, been quite a week in Rhode Island with a lot of the news we'll talk about during the course of the night. And then we are just going to ride along with Sergeant McHugh of Cranston Police.
So we're just going to meet up with a few officers really briefly, and then we're going to head over to location which we need to do a follow-up, and we'll go from there.
Okay. All right, folks, so settle in. Again, you can always type in someone's name, especially if they're a Cranston resident. If you're watching on demand, you can do hashtag replay, and then this will be available on both YouTube and also be available on DePetro.com, all platforms, also Spotify, and then all platforms. Hi, Nancy McCormick. That's nice photos of the whatever those animals were. They weren't coyotes, but wolf dogs of some kind.
They got him.
They did get
Yeah.
them. Whatever they were.
They got him. I think they arrested 2 people over
They
it,
did,
too.
as a matter of fact, yes. So it's quite the unusual story this week. And what section of the city is this, Sergeant?
We're coming up on Knightsville right now.
Okay.
So we're right near the St. Mary's Church.
Okay. So there it is, feast coming up in July.
It is. We'll be here before we know it.
And there's the officers.
I'm just going to debrief with them real quick.
Understood.
And we'll be on our
we'll
way.
Stay right here. Folks, we're going to wait just for a moment. As Sergeant McHugh is
Sorry
going to...
about the delay.
Oh, quite all right.
Be right back.
All right, so folks, we have Sergeant McHugh is, we're meeting up with these Cranston police officers. You're going to want to watch. Thank you for the stars, by the way, folks. Makes the program roll. Thank you to all our subscribers on the page. So we have, so I meet with Sergeant McHugh, and we get a little bit of a rundown of the night, and you're going to find this very interesting of what's going to happen. Put it that way. So, definitely. So we're going to let them, he is meeting with the other officers, and you're going to get a front row seat, and we'll watch Cranston Police in action. Folks, thumbs up for our Cranston Police officers. Folks, very dedicated, as you can tell. Leading the state with transparency, allowing the chosen one to ride along. And again, thank you for all the stars. The stars is your way of yours saying, hey, I really like this live stream programming. And what a week it has been, my goodness. We were with Sergeant McHugh last Friday. Saturday morning was the Chad Brown homicide. Sunday was the shooting in Woonsocket. Monday night was the shooting in Pawtucket on Mineral Spring Avenue. Tuesday was the Coyotes. Wednesday night was the baseball attack in Providence. And then last night was the Dr. Motter interview. And there is a rather unusual tweet from the Attorney General. A sitting Attorney General mentioned Dr. Motter, by the way. So I did see it. And maybe I'll post it later, but not at the moment.
What did you say, Lieutenant?
So folks, again, we are with Cranston Police.
B-22 headquarters.
St. Mary's Church.
The sergeant for a detail, please.
And we're going to execute our plan of action here. We're mapping out. And obviously, folks, for if you missed it, the Dr. Motter interview is posted. Put it that way. Doctor Who. It's posted. It's posted. So, folks, here comes the sergeant. So we have our plan of action.
Okay.
Are they ready?
We are ready.
All right, good. Folks, look at that sky. Wow, beautiful. Look at that with the church in the background.
So this is the same place that the arrest was made last week, in which that subject was armed with a knife.
Yep.
S5, you can put us out.
Reset.
Outer 2, please.
I believe so. I don't know. I haven't seen him since the incident. I believe so. Yes. That's all I know. I haven't seen him since.
Are you going in?
Yeah.
All right. Follow you in.
Okay. And he's got a Boston Red Sox B on him. Thank you. You're welcome.
Police. Looking for Brad. We're just looking to follow up in regards to the incident with Stephen from last week. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah, we'll come in.
What's up? Sorry.
Thanks, thanks.
You're sick of UTIs. I had 8 in 1 year. This inspired
Right,
my
listen.
husband and I to start you for
We have a warning for your driver. Just there on being
What?
If you get
Frank
UTIs,
harassment.
try Eucora. Eucora saved my
On
life.
where?
Pregnant. Eucora.com.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Check. Safe.
Not put my sneakers on, please?
Yeah, of course.
Now you're ready to settle a score. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you're getting up paying for all this yourself. So get
Oh,
on.
those handcuffs, not too bad.
10 years ago, we started untucking out of my apartment. And today we have more than 80 stores worldwide.
What is
It's
this?
been quite a journey. We didn't just create shirts designed to be worn on the
All right,
road.
you want to grab your
We
shoes?
perfected with great fabrics
You sit
and
down.
design at the perfect untucked length. So you can look sharp in this new business comfortable world. Just look for our signature sale. Untucking, 10 years in the making, and we're nowhere close to stopping. Shop our sale today at untucking.com. Ever feel the inside of your boot after you've worn it all day? It's warm,
You want to just wear your
damp,
slippers? It's
dark,
probably
isn't it?
easier.
Add in hot, humid summer weather, and you've got the perfect breeding
Down
ground
now,
for toe
too.
fungus.
Okay.
Beat your toe
All right,
fungus
you
with
good?
Fungi Cure Intensive Spray.
me help you.
The crystal clear, odorless spray. It dries instantly, kills fungus.
Nice, you got it.
Do you want me to bring you? Do you want your wallet and your phone?
There's nothing stronger without a rotor. Stops the fungus in its tracks.
I got knocked my neighbor's door.
Yeah, which name?
Right next up, I'll knock him and walk out.
You got some paperwork?
That is an agreement. The whole wall model that we need to do.
Folks, share that you are watching. So we just served a warrant as someone they've been looking for. I'm going to let them make their way out.
I'll knock on the neighbor's door for you, all right? What's her name?
Lana.
Lana? You're not on bail or probation, are you?
No.
Okay, great. We appreciate your cooperation, Brad.
I still don't see the shots.
Apparently you had sent some emails to the housing director that was pretty threatening. This was back in January. It's the investigation ongoing.
I'm still with you guys. I spoke to him since he broke that crap with him. He's on the case with Steve, with the last one, Steve.
With that first time. Is there anything on your person? Any weapons? Narcotics?
I have a letter right in the apartment right now.
Stand right there. Just break it through too. You got nothing on you, right?
No.
Just look towards the partition. I'm just going to reach across here. Hey. All right. So this gentleman had a warrant for cyber harassment. Apparently, he had sent some threatening emails to the housing director of the city of Cranston, and there's been an ongoing investigation for a couple months. So we have him in custody now. We'll be bringing him back to Cranston Police Headquarters for booking.
Okay. Folks, to Sergeant McHugh. Folks, another fan. Another Cranston PD live fan.
Oh, good. All right. All right. There were no other issues. I know. Thank you. Have a good night.
Folks, again, share that you are watching. We're in Cranston. We're riding with Sergeant McHugh.
What's that?
What is the charge?
Cyber harassment.
Why am I complaint?
Came from the housing director.
On what date?
I can get into that with you in just a little bit, okay?
Yeah, because I spoke to him plenty of times since then.
Okay.
So things are a lot different now, so I don't know why they would come up now. Oh, the person you were just talking to just beat the shit out of me with some other guy.
Oh, I know. I arrested Stephen last week.
Yeah.
So, we actually spoke on the phone. You called and asked me to make a check of him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I actually got him for you.
Thank
So, all right. You're welcome.
you. But, this is what, retaliation? Like,
Retaliation?
well, you...
The incidents have nothing to do with each other. This incident has absolutely nothing to do with Stephen.
But I've spoken to Robert Coop, the director, since then. He sent me a letter saying sorry, things happened with Steve, blah blah blah. The letter's right in my apartment right now. And you're following something that opened up in January that was never closed. What me and him have spoke since. So you know, that doesn't play a factor with you. Like, can't call him.
No, it's a warrant. There's nothing we can do about it.
How long has the warrant been on?
I actually don't know. A few days, maybe.
Yeah, same time. Basically, I took the file charge against Steve.
Yeah.
I don't think tremendously on $18.
That's fine.
That's fine.
I'll have that adult male in custody. Sign me an AR and transport him in 7.4 on starting.
2006.
What's up with the camera, man? Why'd you need a camera?
Why do I need one?
Well, why did you have one?
Well, I still have one. He's sitting right next to me.
Yeah, I know, but no shit. Why?
Because we're live. He's assigned to me for the shift.
Do what?
I do this on Friday nights.
What?
He's been coming with us on Friday nights. This is what's been going on for the last couple months.
Well, show me your route, G13.
This isn't like a special arrangement to embarrass you or something like that. He's just been coming with us most Fridays ever since like October or November.
Can you punch me in AC? Look at it.
What's that?
I believe you. You don't sound like you're bullshit. I believe.
No,
you.
I'm. That's
But
the guy's
on
on
the same
truth.
token, though, like as a citizen, I have a right to know like what cameras might be, what bodies are with.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you got to understand too. We're all wearing body cameras right now too, so not only is he recording you, but I'm recording you as well.
Make a dispersal. Parking lot of 1300 Old on the old Fred's property. Close to a large amount of cars smoking weed and doing burnouts.
I'm bringing you back to the police station. The lieutenant, he went and checked with your neighbor. They were unable to come up with $50. So after we book you, photograph you, fingerprint you, as long as you're not on bail or probation, we're going to arrange for you to have an emergency arraignment tonight and hopefully get out of here.
Thank you. How am I going to come up with $50?
Do you have any family, friends, anybody?
No, nothing. It's my depressed all the time. How did you get stuck in the Steven first then? If this was,
Ironically, he was walking in as we were. So, and I recognized him from last week.
don't get a camera out and film.
Yeah, I don't think he had a camera. You do? I know you were the victim. That's why Steven got arrested.
Being a victim, you guys could call me and say, hey, you got a warrant. I want you back out of after hours.
Well, Steven had a warrant too. We did the same thing. We went looking for him, like we do with most of our warrants. I know this may shock you, but most people don't cooperate when we ask them to come in.
So what's gonna happen now that I can't come up with $50?
We'll work on that, okay? You literally don't have anybody else in your life
No,
that could
seriously,
help
bro.
you out.
That's how. That's good. Trust me. Trust me. It's sad as it is. I two sisters don't bother me.
205.
I never bothered my mother.
205.
That was the old.
Call 5142, please.
And so to this day, my two sisters just live in the garage. Like, yeah, less. If I could die, nobody would even fucking know tomorrow.
I'm sorry to hear
My
that.
father's alive. I'm always at 56. I'm walking up the suicides. Conference in Riverside. So was it a situation when you guys opened up the Stephen file? I'm the victim, but you opened up mine so there was a warrant. Was it something like that?
We have a weekly warrant list that comes out in our department emails.
Well, why all of a sudden would it pop up if it was from January? I mean,
Because like I was telling you, the warrant was just signed within the last few days.
last month.
The warrant was just signed within the last few days.
So Cranston Housing did want it signed.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Listen, I know you have a lot of questions. It's okay. I'll answer your questions as best I can, okay?
I should be going through this. All the circumstances. I mean, this is over. Because someone made the basket committing and
S5.
Again?
G13, 9.6 on the ending. Open and outer, please. Do you mind if we...
Yeah, I'm gonna flip it back on me.
Okay. All right. Just until we get settled, and once we get in that
Understood.
booking room, we can go live again.
Yep.
I'm the only one
I'm
being
good to
reported.
pull in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
I'm the only one being reported.
What are you talking about? I'm being recorded.
Folks, we're gonna. Okay. All right, folks, we're just gonna, because of the sensitivity of the area, we're gonna block the view just for a moment. We're gonna let them get settled, and then we're gonna rejoin. So you're gonna see it's not your screen or anything. So we're just gonna block the view just for a moment. We're in the car. It is one. That is the individual, and I'm going to block it one more time.
Yeah, I'm not. Understand? Okay, just have a seat on that cement bench right there. If you could just move all the way right into that corner, please. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, so I'll have that like the fake sheet and all that. Well, he was in the property anyway, so yeah. Do you want to use the telephone?
I'll try it. I don't even know I can
Yeah.
call.
So come right up here. You don't have to dial out or anything, just dial the number. See if there's somebody, you said you're not on bail probation, right? You're good, you don't have to stay here. you come this way, we're just gonna fingerprint you, photograph you, please. Do you have the? Use the VCR camera. I have mine. You do? Okay, yeah. Just come right to this room. If I could have you take a seat on the wood bench. Right to that corner, please. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna have to put some info and then I'll call you up there, all right?
That was his face. He's the home. He's the name on him.
I'm gonna try to get you out of here tonight. I'm gonna get some cash on you. Right, what's your middle name?
Joseph.
Okay, understood. Yep. Okay. Stay right here. Yeah. Okay. Understood.
Do you want it for now?
Okay. Understood. Okay.
You employed?
Yeah, I'm on disability, Social Security, SSDI.
Folks, again, good evening, everybody. It is Juan. I just want to show you the Peter Nerona tweet from earlier. He says, I suppose I'm glad the city welcomes our involvement. Mr. Mata, who of course is not the city, instead he welcomes our involvement. I suspect that's likely to change. So that is from Attorney General Peter Nerona. So folks, this is inside, obviously.
Come on up.
Who do you want to call?
Same person, then get the message.
Okay. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Make it $50. So if you want to make that call, you've been trying the same person again. Okay.
The only person I can think of.
Yeah, all right.
So we're just wrapping up here, and we're getting some paperwork prepared right now for our next course of action that's going to take us into another city.
Okay.
So,
Great.
but we're just trying to help him out right now. So
Sure.
if he's not on bail or probation, he is eligible for an emergency arraignment. For the justice of the peace to come in by state law, they're entitled to a $50 fee. So we're trying to arrange that for him just so we can get him out of here arraigned, and he wouldn't have to spend the night with us.
Okay.
Just be a few more minutes.
Yeah. Folks, again, Sergeant McHugh. Share that you are watching. Good evening, one and all. It is Juan. Inside the station, cell block.
Natalie, it's a long story. It's not, it's a new charge, but not a new charge. It was anything I did tonight. They want $50 cash to get me out of here. It's, the number's 942-2211 from the Cranston Police Department. Please have come here, call them if you are coming, let them know. I don't know, you know me, I don't know school, you know, full family's dead, so, all right, thank you. God bless.
All right, so we're gonna place it in the cell. Can I have you just kick off your shoes for me? And then approximately like half an hour when we come back, we'll revisit this whole situation. Okay.
Yeah, I left her, number, where it was, but she was, I don't know. She
No
was,
drawstring on it. Let me see. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
All right. Tie it. When I'll open this up. Yeah. All right. Right there.
what number?
Straight ahead.
All right, folks, they have, good evening, one and all. So they have another prisoner in the cell block. And share that you are watching, folks. It is Juan. We're giving you the full exposure tonight, and we want to thank Cranston Police for giving us this type of access. Hello, everyone. It is Juan. Now, when we were coming in, I had to, for security reasons, that's why we had to pause the video just for a moment. So share that you're watching. Good evening, everyone, on this Friday. Listen, I would still say this is different than anything you're seeing on television. So we're going to be on our way. You don't want to miss what's about to happen next. So thank you again for the stars. And let's see, we're going to resume with Sergeant McHugh momentarily now. But you don't want to miss what's coming next. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Friday night.
Do you mind if we go over there again?
Sure. Understood. Okay.
We're good?
Yep. There's audio, no video.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Stop. This stuff really just.
You know what, I never got his package, sorry. I was trying to follow up on that other thing.
Okay.
Do you mind just grabbing the package and then just throw it on my desk? So
Yeah.
the complaint's already done, so he's eligible for arraignment. Okay. All right. Just, I'll let
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
That's fine. Bay number 2, please.
Okay. All right, folks, again, for security reasons, that's why we're not going to show you. We're still live, obviously. And then we're going to be rolling right along here.
We're good.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yep.
S5 hunted. I'm clear, Bay 2.
All right, so a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, actually, that's just really ironic that Stephen, who had assaulted Brad
Yep.
sometime last week, was actually right there again. So that was pretty interesting.
Yep.
But those two incidents, the one that Stephen was arrested for and the one tonight that Brad was arrested for, are actually completely separate. They're not correlated in any fashion. So I think Brad has it in his head that Stephen's somehow responsible for this, but that couldn't be further from the truth.
Okay. And executing the warrant, that I mean, he was cooperative, but that could go a lot of different ways.
It could. If when I knocked on the door and he asked who it was, I mean, I don't think if I didn't kind of tie it into the whole Stephen thing, he
Sure.
was going to open the door for us. He has a criminal history with us, and he has had some incidents in which he wasn't so cooperative. That's
Right.
why I had not only Lieutenant Shore with me, but Officer Scotty, who also I thank for booking him and helping me out with that.
Yeah. What do you want to say, Sergeant? There were some people that were watching that said they actually wanted to help him out. Could someone come to the station and drop off $50 if they were inclined to?
If they were inclined to, yeah,
Yeah,
actually they
okay.
could. It doesn't strictly have to be a family member or
Okay.
anything else like that.
Okay. And again, I have no idea if people are joking or serious, but if someone wanted
No, they
to,
could. I mean,
they could just
if
go to
you
the
really
station
are
and do that.
interested in that,
Yep.
5 Garfield Avenue,
Yep.
just come down. Our lobby's open 24/7.
Yes.
And when you walk in, if you don't see anybody, just pick up the phone and speak with dispatch, and one of us will be out to take that and provide them with it. So,
Yeah.
no, they
Could
actually
add a
could.
new dimension to Cranston PD Live,
Yes.
the bail edition.
Yeah.
All right, now we're off to for our next.
We are we're just waiting for that
Oh.
paperwork to be
Okay.
signed. So
Fair
as of right now, I have Officer Langlis en route. He's going to meet me here. I'm just going to give him a quick debrief on.
Okay.
We're going to have to go into another jurisdiction now, so we're going to
Sure.
have to give that jurisdiction a heads up
Okay.
that we are coming in, and
Yep.
hopefully they will assist us in this. And
Can
we'll go
you
from
just would you just share your experience now? He was cooperative, but have you had people bolt out, won't open the door, turns into a big standoff of some kind?
Of course,
Okay.
he doesn't have to open the door. So
Okay.
we've had plenty of times where people refuse to answer the door. But the caveat to that is if you're caught driving, or if you're caught like on the weekend and you can't come up with any money,
Yep.
or it's a bench warrant, you can actually spend the weekend in jail. So it does benefit you to open the door. Just be cooperative, and he was cooperative tonight, and
Yeah.
we'll see. Maybe somebody can help him out.
Okay. All right. Or his friend will answer or whatever.
Yeah.
what have you. And then the justice of peace will come, and then he'll be arraigned.
Yeah. So what I was saying was true. Actually, it is state law that they are entitled to a $50 cash fee to come out, because you have to understand they are off duty. It is part of their job. So, but they will come in for us and help to do the emergency arraignments, and this way he wouldn't have to do like a weekend in jail.
He had also said, "Why do you guys just call me and say there's a warrant?" But as you were saying, not everyone's that cooperative.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of the times people refuse to answer the door, and I don't really believe that he would have just cooperated and, oh yeah, no problem, okay, I'll come with you. Like I said, we have a little bit of a history with him, so you know.
And what about we saw him fingerprinted and then photos that goes into the city database or the state what database does that go into?
So that the fingerprints that goes into the National Crime Information Center. That actually goes into the national database.
Can you handle the G20 at a car wash, please?
So, but the photograph will stay in house.
Just left G20.
Police.
Yep. Okay. And then that where you then went, there happens to be there is someone else that's in
we do
cell.
Have another lockup. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then, and I can understand that. Is the other person, is that maybe, are they here for the night, for the weekend, or is that undetermined?
That's to be determined. I do have a little information on that arrest. It is a female. She was placed into custody when the officer approached the car. He did observe her in the act of actually, I think she was using some sort of drug, maybe an opiate of some sort. I don't have specific details on which drug she was in the process of using, but I know that she's in custody for drug-related offenses.
Okay. And as far as the cells, is that also someone has to monitor because of inmates could be, or not inmates, but prisoners could be. Oh. Okay, here we go. Yep.
We're just waiting on the paperwork. And then we're going to head over there. Lieutenant Chor is going to give a call over and... Okay. So, should be interesting.
Sure.
Good evening.
Okay, good evening.
What's going on?
Hey.
We'll be right back.
Yep. All right, folks, again, good evening, one and all. Now, I want you to understand, and I'll give a debrief. So... and I hope everyone knows I want everyone to also understand, and again, good evening, everybody. We're doing a little bit of a different format tonight, of which I know I'm a little bit in the dark, and I know that we had to pause it, but it's there's different security measures. What we're doing a little bit different tonight is, you saw, now in the past, we have just been out, and then something happens, we respond to it. And what's a little bit different this evening, what we're doing is, you saw that was executing a warrant for someone that had a warrant out for their arrest. So what we're going to do next, as you heard Sergeant McHugh say, it's in another jurisdiction, so you have to get cooperation. I'll let him explain that from another police department. But this is also an individual that the Cranston police are looking for. And that's all I'm going to say. So you're going to find out, but this is, in the past when we've been doing this, many times we're out and we're, waiting to see what might break, what might not break. It's a little more targeted. So be patient. I want to thank them. That was tremendous access inside cell block. And you see the prisoner and the person that is being held. So, and I did want to share that. I have no idea if someone was serious about they wanted to come down and put up $50 for that individual. I don't know. It's entirely up to you. But if someone said, what do we do? You just heard Sergeant McHugh say they could actually go to Cranston Police Station. When you come in, there's a phone there. You talk to the dispatcher, and then you could explain exactly, what you're there for. So, but that's entirely up to you folks. I mean, again, I was merely answering a question, and I think Roberta was putting that, that would be entirely up to an individual that wants to do that. So now again, we just share that you're watching. It is Cranston PD Live. There's a different type of approach tonight. where we're a little bit more, we have targeted areas we're going. I think it's a different experience. It's definitely a different insight for all of us to see. And as you know, this has just become so popular. So instead of just being out, last week we had the stolen car and so forth, the next stop is someone who the police would like to talk to, put it that way. And so you're going to get to watch that. Much like, folks, thumbs up again. I hope you saw that. I mean, you can't get any more access than we're inside the apartment as he's getting cuffed and all in there explaining what's happening and everything. So, again, it's Friday night. Thank you for everybody tuning in. And I hope that
Sorry about that.
Quite all right.
So the paperwork is back. So right before we leave, we're just going to give Lieutenant Shore a call, just debrief him on everything we're about to do, and he's going to contact that outside agency, and we're going to get together with them and proceed with the follow-up.
Okay. So we're still just kind of, and does this happen, Sergeant? We're in a little bit of a holding pattern.
We are, yeah.
Which is fine.
Well,
yeah.
Everything obviously has to be done, by the book, legally, and whatnot.
Yep.
So, let's see. Okay. All right. So, closing, right?
Now, folks, again, thank you everybody for tuning in. And people joke about the stars, but the stars make the program work. Thank you, folks. You're going to like and find it very interesting, because that's what it is. Folks, thumbs up again. We support law enforcement, and I also want to tell you, I want you to know that I support the Chief of Police in Providence, Oscar Perez. I mean, let's wait and see how that investigation goes. I'm friendly with the people at Channel 12. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but listen, I think it was a tough week for him. He's a new chief. Sitting alongside the mayor, being interviewed by Channel 12. Let's let that investigation play out. But just my experience has been that Chief Oscar Perez, is a really decent guy, and I don't know where that's going to go. So someone asked me, some people have been asking my thought, and let's hold off, and we're going to wait and see how that whole thing plays out. And as far as the Mata situation, let's just say, hey, listen, I asked the questions. The interview was online, and that was, but make no mistake, that was pretty dramatic. That the Attorney General is tweeting out that they're going to be, that was just different. I haven't seen that before. There's another officer off.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
So I'm just going to make just one last hurdle, and then we'll be on our way. I'm just going to call the lieutenant, let him know. He's going to make a quick phone call, and off we'll go.
All right.
All right.
Now, who was that officer that just...
That is Officer Dan Langley.
Yes, okay.
He's going to be assisting us. He's going to be following into that outside agency.
Okay.
He's one of our best officers, I'd say.
Oh, yeah. I'm familiar with him.
Yeah. Yep. I'm glad that he's coming.
Yeah.
All right. I'll just call the lieutenant. Sorry about the delay. And we'll be on very shortly.
What time is it? 8:53. Now, folks, remember, we're going, we don't have a 9 o'clock cutoff yet, so... And you can Ladybug as well, folks. And I also, I'll use this opportunity. Why not? It's Friday night. I want a couple, updates. This is nice that we get a chance to chat a little bit. I like this. It's different. It's targeted. I want to thank Commander Padalano and also the chief. Folks, it is one. Now, a couple different things. Coming up on May 16th, we're going to do a vigil for Charlotte Lester in the city of Warwick. I want to be really clear. We have never given up on that case. Never. And we never will give up on that case. The case that I have against lawnmower man Mark Perkins is still working its way through the court system. But we will never stop trying to get justice for Charlotte. And folks, as many of you know, when the rest of the media has gone away, we have never gone away from that story, ever. And so I still have full confidence that we will get justice in that. 100% confidence in that. Ladybug is, we are going to have LB on very soon. Very, very soon. We're going to have her on. So she's recovering. She went through a lot. We almost lost LB. We almost lost Ladybug. She almost met her maker. That attack.
What was the second half of that?
That attack caused her to have a stroke.
Stated you left some food going in the oven. I'm going to go try to shut it off.
And so, you know, she's been through a lot. But she is still with us. And we are gonna be following up with LB. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow night. I don't know. Let's see how tonight goes. But folks, again, also programming note. I'm gonna start to go a little bit later. You know, the other night, Wednesday night, where it was first Juan on the scene live stream with Mark, we did 7:30 to 9:30. I think we're gonna start to gravitate towards 8 to 10. I think it's entirely up to you guys. It's entirely up to the crowd. You're in your own home. You can relax. You can watch it. People watch it on demand. So we're going to move it around a little bit and play. And I apologize. We had a small glitch earlier. We were live for about 1 second, and I know it threw people off. I apologize. That was on my end. So, but we're going to be going momentarily. And this should be interesting because it's someone that the Cranston police are interested in speaking with. So we'll put it that way. And then I think we'll see the same type of thing. And if they're able to locate that individual, oh, they're going off somewhere. I think then you'll see them, take them into custody. So, but as you can see, you know, one thing, Cranston, notice the professionalism. They want to make sure all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed. And, you know, you don't want something getting kicked. I want to just be honest, folks, again, on this Friday night. I am actually stunned at the Peter Nerona thing. A sitting attorney general basically saying that Dr. Mata, who we interviewed yesterday, that was quite a statement from the attorney general. So, but I can tell you everyone's buzzing about it too. Attorney General Peter Nerona was pretty aggressive today. There was a story in the Boston Globe that he's very critical of the governor. He did Newsmakers with Ted Nesi, Tim Waite, and he's very critical of the governor.
Yep.
He also rescued 92 Wheeler Avenue for a suicidal 78-year-old female.
Oh boy. No means. He also then said,
one following.
If I were governor, I've never heard him say that before. And then the stuff about Dr. Mata is very surprising. I also want to clarify, the Boston Globe article was published just as we were finishing up the Mata interview. All right, here we go.
Sorry for the delay, but
not
we're
a problem.
All
right, good.
So, Brad actually just informed one of the officers that he thinks he left his oven on. So we have the officer back en route to the house just to double check that he's not causing a fire safety hazard.
Okay.
So,
Brad, the prisoner in custody.
yes.
Without saying the where or the nature of it, but what is involved when we're about to go into another jurisdiction
We are
to find someone?
Yes. So we need to follow up.
What's been your experience in dealing with that type of scenario?
I mean, there is a certain uncomfortability factor because you're not familiar with that agency, right? So if it happened in Cranston, and again, I'm not familiar with every single street in Cranston, but
Sure.
I generally have an idea of where I am. So if something happens, not only do I know that my dispatch and my officers and everybody I work with knows exactly where I am, but now you're in a jurisdiction that's completely unfamiliar. So it's extremely important to make sure that you have officers from that jurisdiction there to assist you.
And is that something on a basis where you've had other departments come into Cranston because they're seeking to, they want to talk to someone?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's fairly common.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. This isn't an uncommon request.
Okay.
So.
But you don't have you experienced a situation where suddenly you're thinking, okay, why am I looking at such and such a department that's in the city? Or they don't just show up, they notify.
No, they notify before they come in, and most of the time they depending on the nature of what the follow-up is. If it's something simple that wouldn't reasonably elicit some sort of negative reaction from the person that they're dealing with,
Okay.
maybe they'll go by themselves.
Sure.
But all right. Just have to place a phone call.
Do your thing. All right, folks. Again, we're with Sergeant McHugh. It is Juan. Buckle up. You're going to find out when we get there. In the meantime, share that you are watching.
Am I off the air? No.
We are on. Yep. Do you need me to turn on the audio? Oh.
All right, we'll turn it around then. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. I'll, yes.
202,
All right.
1024.
We'll turn around. All right, bye. Can we pause that for just a second?
I can pause the audio.
Audio, yeah.
Yeah. Give me one moment. I'll tell you when.
That's 5 to 26. That's 5 to 26.
Sorry, you're looking for the heat? You're looking for me?
be on to just a routine patrol for the last half hour.
Okay. All right, folks, and we are back. Just a change of plans, and that happens. Audio should be fine. Slight change of plans. Again, it is Friday night, and we're actually on the highway, but we're going to be back in Cranston very, very shortly.
So we just have to go back to headquarters real quick and pass off that paperwork, and then they'll be following up. And yes, if they are able to successfully follow up,
Right, then at least
we can actually discuss
Sure.
all the circumstances surrounding what we were trying to do.
Sure, fair enough. Folks, we're flexible. We want to thank Sergeant McHugh. All right, and we should be okay. Nope, sound should be just fine. So, check. Roberta, turn up the volume. All right, there we go. Much better indeed. Folks, Friday night you are watching Cranston PD Live. We're with Sergeant McHugh. I'll make a quick pit stop back at the station. And we're going to go with the flow of it.
So we'll be jumping back into patrol
Yep.
very shortly. I just have
Okay,
to pass
no
off
problem.
that paperwork to
No problem, Sergeant.
another supervisor.
Yep.
The one's handling that.
Okay. All right. You're very welcome, folks. Yes. Yes, indeed. Well, like we said, the show's getting more popular.
Yes, it is.
People know about it. Yep. Now we got something going on here.
Just a trooper car stop.
Oh, okay. But you could tell pretty quickly that was state police.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it because of the lights or the make and model or combination?
The bumper, they have like those decals now.
Okay.
And then I could tell
Wow.
it was a gray.
You could. Okay. Because it could be Cranston could pull someone over here.
It could be, but
yeah.
I haven't heard anybody call on a car stop either.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No. Are you kidding? I love the thought process.
Try.
Yes. And folks, we'll see how this maps out, and we may be able to have Sergeant tell a story or a little backstory, I should say, once if it's completed. Hey, better to know now. Better find out now. Than,
Yeah, rather than actually going there.
Yes.
And,
or on second thought, maybe we shouldn't have said.
well,
No, I'm just kidding.
202. 202. Transporter, left is the narrative. 10-4.
All right, folks, good evening, everybody. It's Friday night. You're watching Cranston PD Live. Right now it is 9:10.
Sure, might just be a minute or two. And,
Yeah.
See what's going on for the last leg of the show.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
No rush.
Hey, all right, so I'll give him
All right, now, folks, I do want to just explain again, and people are saying, yeah. Now, I want people to understand that, first and foremost, as we've talked about, is safety. And the reason why we had to turn down the audio was just the nature of what was involved with who it is that they were looking for. So that's why I had to turn it down. I know it was muffled. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but not everyone is as transparent as Cranston Police. And so when the other agency that we were going to go to, they were watching us on the live stream. And their department, not every department, allows this or does it or feels comfortable with it, whatever reason. And I'm not judging. So as we were going to go somewhere to speak to someone of interest, the department was watching, and they, for whatever reason, that particular department is not comfortable with it. So, that's just the way it goes. So folks, but I want you to understand, so we can't tip off where we're going or who they want to talk to, which is why then I had to turn the audio down and muffled and get into too much detail. So now, if in fact they were able to find and arrest that individual, then we can give the backstory on it. But we're going to hold off on that. So, and as I've said, folks, thumbs up for Cranston Police. Look at this. I'm riding along another department that we were going to go into another city to speak with an individual, and they were watching and said, okay, but we don't do live streaming in our department. So we're just going to go with the flow of it. All right. So Sergeant McHugh is coming back, folks. A for effort. Thank you for the stars tonight, folks. How great, Sergeant McHugh. He's like, all right, we're going to do a targeted one. Have an individual we want to go, and it doesn't matter, and don't try to guess, because then people are just going to be all over. Let's just wait till this plays out, and then I'll tell you, we'll give you an answer on that. So the sergeant, okay, is going to come back here. So, thank you for the stars, folks. Almost at 6,000.
All right. So that paperwork's been turned over. So
Yep.
we'll go see what's going on in Cranston for
Great.
the last leg of the show here. And that oven was left on, and it has been turned off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Very eventful.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
So good thing he remembered that.
Yes.
But again, I do apologize for that
No,
confusion.
no.
but-
Need for effort. We can't control that. Without getting into specifics, it is a little surprising just because of the wide use of body cams, police body cams now. So,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I can't
No, I
speak for
understand.
another agency. I mean, everybody's got their level of
211.
comfortability when it comes to something like this, I suppose.
Yep.
Check your alarm, 40 Coronia Street, showing living room motion.
10-4. Call it, guys.
S5.
That's fine.
You could show me 10-8 back in patrol.
10-4.
But I mean, the officers still haven't even left, so unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be resolved before the end of the show.
All
But
That's a story for another time.
If it does,
Yeah.
I can follow up with you. And
Exactly.
go from there. Yeah.
At another time, we may be going to another city that is a little more comfortable with the policy of it. So,
Yes.
yeah. Well, a lot of people seem to be out on this Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would say so. We're getting there. Summer's right around the corner.
What about, was there activity in the city with yesterday being 420?
I had a feeling this question was coming. Yeah.
Oh.
So, well,
Or did it end up being like just a lot of hype?
it ended up being, I don't want to call it a lot of hype.
Oh.
We did have a DUI arrest yesterday,
Okay.
but it was alcohol.
Okay.
It was not marijuana influenced. And ironically, it came in, I want to say around 3:30.
Yep.
And this particular individual had consumed 20 nips of whiskey.
Wow.
And, yeah, he was
20 nips by 3:30?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and 7 were unopened, and he had a Budweiser can as well.
Wow.
So, yeah, I would. From the officers were familiar with him.
Okay.
Before the traffic stop, I ended up making contact with him, and yeah, he was severely intoxicated.
Oh.
But apparently, that's kind of like his
MO.
normal state.
Wow.
So,
What was the occasion?
I think it's just
Thursday.
Yeah, I think it's a daily thing for him.
Oh,
But we ended
wow.
up getting a 911 phone call over in one of the streets off of Parkview.
11, that's a verify.
And he had almost struck a pole.
Oh, boy.
And the caller was out there, I guess, with his child. And then he came to a stop almost right in front of the caller's house and just fell asleep behind the wheel.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
All right, well, at least he was brought in before he did too much damage.
He was.
Yeah.
It was an alcohol DUI. So,
Wow.
we did not have any marijuana.
Good. Good.
Was yesterday.
Glad to hear
So,
that.
yeah.
Just because it was being built up like such a big deal.
Yeah, and you got to treat it the same way that you treat alcohol.
Yep.
Do it in the confines of your own home, and don't do it while you're driving or about to drive, and everything will be fine because it is legal now. So.
Yes. That individual was then placed in the cell at the station.
He was, yeah, and he ended up getting arraigned. Actually, exactly what we were talking about earlier by getting the $50.
Yes.
So he was not on bail or probation. So there was an emergency arraignment that took place at headquarters last night, and he was released. So we'll give this person a few seconds to realize that their lights aren't on.
Yeah.
Speaking of DUIs, but
Yeah.
we'll see. But yeah, the gentleman from last night was an interesting character, to say the least. Okay. Long enough. That's fine.
That's fine.
Put me on a G5, 700 block of Dyer, 1 George John 452. Looks like a black Toyota Camry.
10. 18 a moment. Receive.
How you doing? Hi, listen, the reason why I stopped you, driving without your lights on, okay?
Oh.
That's all right. Do you have your license, registration, and proof of insurance? Do you have your license, registration, and proof of insurance? Do you have no license? Do you have a license, period, or you're having trouble on just... Say that again? Okay. Does the car belong to you?
Yeah.
It does. What's your name?
My name is Helen Skinner.
All right. Do you have any ID? Any ID?
Everything. I just came from my working place.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I just need some form of ID. You don't have anything on you? What about like a work ID? What about a work identification? Language barrier, kind of. You didn't have anything to drink tonight, right? Nothing to drink,
No,
right?
I can't drink. I can't smoke.
Oh, perfect. Does the perfect? All right, what do you got here? Helen, do you have anything with your last name on it?
Skinner.
Helen Skinner. Okay, how do you spell that?
HELENSKINNER.
And does the car come back to you?
Yeah?
Does the car come back to you?
Yeah, I live in Red Halford.
All right.
I'm back to my sister's shop for the food, and I could
Okay.
just come over here.
Okay. All right, am I spelling this right? Is it SKINNER? I have that right? All right, perfect. And what's your date of birth? What is it? April 19th, 1965. Just like that? Okay, do me a favor. Just sit tight and I'll be back within a minute, okay? And you're on your way home? Okay, very good.
All right, folks, now let's find out exactly what the situation is.
Yeah, we were following her. I said, we'll give her a little bit to turn her lights back on. She never did. I don't know. I mean, she says the car belongs back to her, but I don't think she's really, like, understanding me fully, so... I hope so. Oh, that's all right. Just... No, of course not. It's Helen Skinner. So I showed her how I believed it was spelled. She said it was, so I think she might do like a green card or something like that. So I don't know. Something did come back. Yeah. Let's see. It's just expired, inactive permit. All right. Just do me a favor. I'm gonna go. Just gonna license. Let me see if there's somebody that can come pick her up.
That's it.
Folks, again, good evening, one and all. It is Juan. You're watching Cranston PD Live. We're with Sergeant McHugh. I'll tell you the story later. We were about to go to another city. All right, let's see how this ends up.
So your license is expired. Is there anyone that could come pick you up? Is there anyone that can come pick you up? Do you live? Where do you live?
I live Hartford.
Where?
Hartford.
Hartford Ave? Okay. You can't drive the car, so if you can't get somebody to come pick you up, I have to tow the car. Can you have someone come pick you up? Because your car is expired and you have an expired license.
Yeah, but I put it in my system.
I know you did, but it's expired.
In my system.
Yeah, I understand that. Is there anyone that can come pick you up?
I put it in my system.
I understand that. Yeah. Yeah. Call her up and see if she can come get the car.
No, she's not here.
She can't come get the car for you? Because you can't drive. You have an expired license.
Yeah.
And you don't live anywhere near around here. Can you get a family member to come here with an active license that can drive? I don't want to tow this car. I really don't. But I can't just let you drive back to Hartford Avenue with an expired license. You want to make a few phone calls? All right, we're going to let her make a few phone calls, try to make arrangements.
Okay. Folks, again, share that you're watching. You can see you got an expired license and an expired car. Sergeant McHugh was trying to help out this individual, saying maybe you could find someone that could come with an active license and that could drive the vehicle. Her license is expired. So just to finish up, so we were going to look for an individual that the police want to talk to in another city. And the other department was watching, and they don't like the live stream. It's not me. They don't do anything like that. So I don't take it personal. Are we heading out?
No, I got to issue a ticket.
Okay.
So she has an expired permit. She actually doesn't even have a license. From what I can gather, she lives on Hartford Avenue, and her vehicle's registration's expired as well. If I can get somebody to come down here and drive the car, because the car is only expired, it's not marked as canceled, unregistered, or anything like that. So I can just issue the appropriate tickets, and someone else can drive the car. But she doesn't even have a license. She has an expired permit. So, we're trying to give her the opportunity to get somebody down here, just so we don't have to tow the car. I mean, I really don't want to do that. Right. She's been cooperative. She's been nice. We try to help people. We really do. So we're trying to get somebody down here. But unfortunately, if she can't, we can't just allow her to drive back to Hartford Avenue with no license. So luckily, Lieutenant Shore, he's going to stand by for a little bit, and I'm going to issue the appropriate tickets, and we'll go back. We'll ascertain whether or not we got somebody on the way to help her out, and we'll go from there.
Folks, again, you're watching Cranston PD Live. Folks, thumbs up for the Cranston Police. Again, it is Juan on this Friday night. It has been quite a night. We went out with the individual that was wanted on the warrant. I'm not driving her car.
Oh, perfect. All right, great. So we do have somebody right around the corner, so we don't need to tow our vehicle.
Great.
So we're just going to issue the appropriate tickets, and
we're going to call it a night.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, folks, let's wait. We're going to wait and see who's going to pull up. Again, we'll obviously have... I do a recap video of all of this. Yes. Recap video of all of it. And going into the apartment with the individual they were looking for. And then you saw him inside the station. And we have to protect the security layout of inside the station. And then you did see him fingerprinted in the mugshot and so forth. So it's definitely been a different type of night. And then we were going to go to another jurisdiction because there's someone that the Cranston Police would like to speak with. And that they, because we've become now so popular, they were watching. That's why I think you even heard the sergeant say, "Oh, you're watching me right now." And they said yes. And we don't allow any form of live streaming. So I want to be really clear. Hey, listen, everyone runs their own department. I don't take it personal. You should not take it personal. You're damn right. Folks, this is why we're in Cranston. This is why we're with Cranston Police. And then we'll see how that pans out. And again, hey, whatever. Everyone makes their own decisions. Meaning, however these different departments want to run, they run them. So to me, as many of you know, Cranston, I think, is one of the top ones. Not everyone operates that way. And as many of you know that watch, Sunday night, I'm going to a shooting, and we're immediately able to reach Chief Oates. Boom, picks up. Juan, what can I tell you? I also want to give credit yesterday. The Chief of Police of Warwick, Chief Connor, was standing there with the Mayor Coyote, at the press conference. That was big. I would think the Mayor maybe would have handled it himself, but he didn't. That's fine. And then also, as I mentioned, I have been asked about the Providence situation, and I'm going to repeat what I said, which is we're going to wait and see how that plays out. I hope everyone watching also recognizes that, they don't just tow the vehicle. Right, now let's see. So I would imagine this is someone that's going to drive this woman's vehicle, I think. Oh. All right, so we'll see them come out. Oh, now they're backing up. Got to make their way back to Hartford Avenue. Right, so here's the friend or relative. Let's get someone with a license. Folks, thank you for all the stars this evening. It's been a memorable episode. I think we've settled, folks. And also, thumbs up if you like the Friday night. And you can send me messages about the fact we're going to bump it back a little bit later into the night. Again, we're open. I'm open to it. All right, let's see what happens here.
You want me to open the door? I can open the door for you. Just so you can hold on a minute. Okay. All right. So like I stated before, you're driving on an expired license, technically a permit, and also the expired registration. You have a court date on May 31st at the Rhode Island Traffic Tribunal. Just before you go there, just get all this stuff updated, okay? So get your license and get your registration, and that should probably void this ticket. They'll probably take care of it right there if you're able to show that you got your license and you updated your registration, okay? Rhode Island Traffic Tribunal on May 31st, okay? All right, and your ride is here, and you'll be away, okay? All right, enjoy the rest of your night. I'm gonna close the door for you, okay? All right.
Well, that worked out.
Okay.
Well, that worked out well.
Yeah. So hopefully she just, the ball's in her court now, so hopefully she just goes and gets her license and gets her registration updated.
It's on there, the subject from the well-being check as they come home.
All right. We'll head back to headquarters because that arrest was mine, and now I got some paperwork to do.
And that, which officer is with the friend?
That is Lieutenant Ryan Shore.
Lieutenant Ryan. Oh, sure. Okay. So they're working it out with them.
Yeah. So I believe she's just going to park the car right there and then give her friend the ride home.
Okay.
So he's just verifying that she has an active license.
Yep.
So.
All right. And folks, with that, we're going to thank Sergeant McHugh for, again, another memorable night.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
And then, before we do sign up, we don't have any update on the other situation.
That that address was actually negative for that person.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right. Well, we'll see. We'll pan out another time. All right, folks. That's going to do it again. Another episode, Cranston PD Live. We want to thank Sergeant McHugh. Sergeant, want to give a shout out to anyone out there? I know your wife enjoys watching the program.
Yeah, yes. She does enjoy watching the program, and Officer Scotty, Lieutenant Shore, and Officer Langless for the assistance tonight.
Absolutely.
Always appreciated.
All right, folks, it's Juan again. Remember, when something happens, we're in Cranston PD Live, first one on the scene. Enjoy your Friday evening, and good night from Cranston. Thank you to Roberta Farrell. This program dedicated to Jane Rice.